Hey, good morning, folks. How are you today? Hey, today I want to talk to you about troubleshooting the Blue Yeti microphone. Um, a lot of people, it's a very popular microphone. Some of you may already have one. Perhaps you're running into some trouble troubleshooting it. Some of you may be considering purchasing it. Um, and there's some things you can do to prevent maybe the situation that I ran into. So we're going to get right on into it. First of all, for those of you who don't know me, how you doing today? I'm Paul with Online Business Pro Solutions. If at any time you have any questions regarding this particular subject or anything regarding making money online, please hit me up in the questions or the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want more quality info, I do honest reviews and informative tutorials. If you want to get updated whenever I put a new video out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? All right, let's talk about the Blue Yeti. I love it. I love this microphone, but I did start having some audio issues when I first started using it. It was really about my third video that I actually produced, that I actually put out there in cyberspace. I hadn't had any trouble before that. Just out of the blue, I had some just big noise in the background. It was extremely disconcerting. There was just absolutely no way that I could put out that poor of a quality audio in a video. There's just no way I could have put it out there. So it was a long video too, which any of you that follow me know I can be a little long-winded. So it was definitely upsetting. I went ahead and I hit Google, I hit Facebook, I hit Blue Yeti itself. I talked to people within my group that I work with, you name it. And I want to just go over with you today some of the things that I found out. I will explain to you exactly what I did to solve my problem, but I also want to talk to you about just in general some things you can do to prevent any distortion or background noise that may be causing you some problems. Okay. All right. What we're going to talk about is 7 different things today. The position of the microphone, the distance that you're speaking from the microphone, pop filters, a concept called gain, pattern mode setting, which that'll make a little more sense in just a little bit, the power source, and how your microphone is actually mounted. That's subjects we're going to cover. I'm moving fairly quickly through this, but it's all really very simple. Okay, microphone position and distance. I borrowed these two fellows, these Yetis, right off the Blue Yeti website. The do's and don'ts. This is an omnidirectional microphone. It has 3 transponders. They're centered so that you need to have the position of the microphone needs to be vertical. You need to be speaking directly into the microphone when it's sitting in a vertical position. You do not want to do like a lot of people when they're singing and karaoke and things like that. You do not want to talk into the top of the microphone. Okay, that will not help you at all. You want the optimum distance is about roughly 6 inches. A lot of people love to get really up close and personal with a microphone. It can, I guess actually it softens some of the sounds, and it actually increases the bass. But for optimum levels for the Blue Yeti, you want to keep right at about 6 inches. Okay, pop filters. That's this thing right here. They're mostly there. They're designed to reduce excessive what they call plosives. Uh, we could get into a whole thing about vocal training and what these things are, but primarily like the letters P and B. When you say those letters, you can feel it. P, pop, 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 pop. Peter, Piper, pick the peck pickled peppers. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. You make sort of a popping sound, and it can actually cause, you'll hear that. It'll get picked up by the microphone. And anything that causes wind, air movement, letters like put together like SH, sh, S, S, F. Okay. Those sounds, actually, this microphone is so sensitive, it will pick those sounds up. And unfortunately, it records them, and that can be disconcerting to the people listening and watching your videos. So I highly recommend that you pick up a pop filter. I actually, when I purchased my microphone, it was like a set, a kit. It came with the pop filter and also a headset, headphones. So you can find, through Blue Yeti, you can find sets like that, or you can go like Amazon or any number of places. I mean, you can get these for as little as $15. It's not a terribly big expense. Now on the back side of the Blue Yeti, there are two controls, dials. The top one, it controls gain. And I'm not going to get into anything terribly technical, but gain actually relates to the input of the signal, okay, as opposed to volume, which actually relates to the output of the signal. So gain has a lot to do with distortion. And if it's set too high, it will absolutely, you'll generate distortion. For the Blue Yeti, they recommend that you set the gain at right about approximately 30%. Now you can play with that a little bit to get the ideal. You don't want to go too much lower. You go too low, and because it's dealing with the input, there won't be any sound at all. Okay, but you can't fix distortion with volume. All volume can do is amplify it, or you just can't hear it because you turn the volume down so low. Okay, so go ahead, and if you have one of these, the optimum right from the get-go is probably just set it at 30%. Now, this dial down here is called the pattern mode dial. I'd mentioned that this microphone is what they call omnidirectional. So you can set this so that you can have a conference, you can collect, you can hear voices from all around the entire perimeter of the microphone, or just front and back, or just front. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to reduce as much noise and background noise as possible. So let's go on to the next one, talk to you about this in a little more depth. For podcasting and making videos, you really want to set this in cardioid mode. And that's basically so all it's going to pick up for the most part is just the sound from you, what's coming in the front of it. It's not going to pick up the sound around it. Depending on what you're using this for, there may be times when you go ahead and set it up. If you're doing interviews, you may set it for bidirectional. If you have several people in the room and they're all talking and sort of interjecting, you could go ahead and set the omnidirectional mode. I write music. When I'm plunking on my guitar and I'm recording some of my songs, I like to put it in stereo mode. But I always use it in cardioid mode for making videos and for podcasting. So just so you know, ironically enough, I had done all these things subconsciously, I guess. I've never really studied or anything or read up about it. I'm one of those guys that gets stuff out of the package and just starts putting it together. I sometimes don't take time to read the directions like I should. So as I was troubleshooting, as I was learning all these things, I realized that in essence, I did have them set at that. So that was not my problem, my particular problem at the time. All right. One of the things you'll find out with the Blue Yeti is its power source. It's linked using a USB cable. So you're going to be plugging it in. Well, what I did, I plugged it in directly to the back of my PC. I had one of those all-in-one Hewlett-Packard PCs. I just plugged it into a USB port directly on the back of my PC. And as I started doing my research, started finding out that this thing is so sensitive that it will actually pick up the vibrations from the fan on your PC, and it'll carry right through that cable directly to the microphone, which in essence then will get captured on your recording. So it's recommended that you get some type of a buffer between the microphone and your PC. And the solution for that is that you get a USB power hub. Now, I really didn't do a lot of in-depth research. I was in a hurry. I wanted to get back to work on my videos, but I wasn't sure I was going to be able to until I figured this problem out. So I just went online. I went to Amazon. Whenever I look for products, I always make sure it's at least 4 stars on up. There are any number of reputable USB power hubs out there. They all have their own pros and cons. This particular model that I purchased, it's a Sabrent 4-port. It got good reviews, had a lot of reviews, so a lot of ratings. So if it's got really good reviews and it's got thousands and thousands of ratings, odds are it's pretty good. Also on some of the reviews and whatnot, the ones that weren't trying to sell me something, it was rated fairly high up there, and it was, inexpensive. It cost me, I think, $17 and some change. I went ahead and ordered it. I got it overnight, even with the COVID and all. It came in the very next day. You've got 4 ports on this one. So like in mine, I only use 2. I have one for my Yeti, Blue Yeti, and I have one for my camera, my webcam. I have heard that it's possible if you have them all working all at the same time, it can sort of reduce your efficiency. I haven't seen that to be true, but then again, I don't use all the ports, and you can turn these off when you're not using them. Okay. Just so you know, when I did that, and then I started recording again, my trouble went away. Okay, so that was the solution for my problem. Okay, but it's good to know all these other issues and things that you can do to set it at optimum level to reduce background noise and interference. Okay, now Blue Yeti does come with some mounting accessories, and I don't know that you absolutely have to get the Blue Yeti. If you can get comparable accessories from all different markets, so I included the prices. This just came directly off their website. I have not done that. I use the standard pedestal stand. What they say is that if you use that pedestal stand, that it's once again so sensitive, it'll pick up the vibrations on the desk. So clicks of the mouse and typing on your keyboard and things like that can actually get picked up, and once again cause a certain semblance of background noise. I haven't had that issue so far, not that I know of. If you're hearing it, let me know, put it in the comments. If I'm doing a tutorial on audio, then if my audio is bad, I need to know. So please fill me in. They have this boom stand, and this helps absorb vibrations. This hooks up to the boom stand, and the mic sits in here. And this insert bushing, you can actually screw it right into your desktop. your desk itself, and then the boom stand hooks up into that. There's all number of products that'll do similar things, and you see it in radio stations and that they always have the microphone coming down from on top. For my purposes, I don't think that's necessary right now, but if you think that could be a problem, something to check out. Okay, now this has been short and sweet, which I know most of you aren't used to on my videos, so you're welcome. I talked about earlier what we were going to talk about, and this is the troubleshooting breakdown. And here are basically the responses or the fixes for these things. The position of the microphone for the Blue Yeti, it needs to be sitting vertical. You need to speak into the face, the front face of the microphone. The best distance is roughly 6 inches away from the microphone. As far as pop filters go, my recommendation to you is to get one. It'll help reduce those pee-pops and air movement. As far as the gain, the controller on the back, you want to set it to approximately 30%. The pattern mode setting, when you're doing podcasts and videos, the best setting for that is Cardioid. The power source, and what we mean by that is making a buffer between the microphone and your PC. It's best to use an external USB power hub. Okay. And how your microphone is mounted, once again, it is possible to get some vibrations through the pedestal, so you can get a boom stand and a shock mount. All right. Yeah, what do they say? Abadi, abadi, abadi. That's all, folks. Hey, I hope to see you on my next video. Once again, I am Paul with Online Business Pro Solutions. If you have any questions, please ask me questions. Anything you need. If you're having specific problems, if you're just having motivational problems, anything in the making money online niche, hit me up in the comments section. If you want to see more tutorials like this, if you want to see some honest reviews of products regarding the making money online niche, hit that subscribe button. And if you're looking for a step-by-step, honest, and simple method for making money online, click the link below. You can watch all the free videos you want. You can take months and put this all together. But if you're looking for a simple blueprint, my mentor, Philip Borelman, has put together a product called Simple Traffic Blueprint. It's actually what got me refocused and got me actually making positive forward progress. That was my little slap upside the head, and it is very simple, and it is incredibly, I can't use the word cheap because it's got incredible value, but it's economical. Pennies on the dollar. It's unbelievably economical. So I highly recommend take a look at it. I'd love to have you join up and come on board with. There's quite a few of us now, and we make a heck of a good team. So do yourself a favor. Click that link. Check it out. But in the meantime, I hope to see you next time, and y'all just have a great day. Thank you.